Bang.
I ain't taking nothing but win.
What's up, everybody? MoneyE here, back with another edition of the Unscripted Sports Show. Back with 2025 MLB season review. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since the season ended, and Game 7 between the Dodgers and Blue Jays in the World Series. Dodgers won back-to-back. They won their second straight World Series, defeating the Blue Jays in extra inning. And with the extra innings, now I forgot. They beat them. Let me see. Dodgers beat the Blue Jays in 7 games, 5-4 in Game 7 of the World Series. The Blue Jays were up 3-2 going back home for Game 6 and 7. They lost both of them 3-1 in Game 6 and 5-4 in Game 7. And they had a lead in Game 7, which, let's see, they had, it was in 11 innings. It was tied 4-4 going to extra innings. The Dodgers tied. The Blue Jays were 2 outs away from winning the World Series, and then Miguel Rojas ties the game at 4, sending it to extra innings. And the Dodgers, Will Smith hits a game-winning home run in the 11th inning, giving the Dodgers a 5-4 lead, and then Dodgers finish it off in the bottom half. Yomate, I can't pronounce his name, but he was the World Series MVP. He finished it up. He got the last 3 outs. I think he pitched 3 innings after he pitched 3 innings after he got, where is it? Yeah, he pitched 2 2/3 innings. This is the day after he pitched in Game 6. He pitched in Game 6. Let's see, hold on. He pitched in Game 6. Yeah, he pitched 6 innings in Game 6, and then came back the next day and pitched 2 2/3, getting the last 3 outs to clinch the World Series for the Dodgers. Dodgers came back. As I said, they tied it in the 9th with a Miguel Rojas game tying home run in the bottom and top of the 9th. They were down 3-0 at one point. 3-1, 4-2, 4-3, and then the Blue Jays tied it, and then Dodgers tied it in the top of the 9th with Miguel Rojas. As I said, Miguel Rojas home run. Keep repeating myself. But yeah, so the Dodgers win their back-to-back World Series, 3 in 3 this decade. They won in 2020, 2024, and this year. This is probably the most impressive one because they had to come back and in the bottom of the 9th, I keep saying bottom of the 9th, top of the 9th to win the game, to win the World Series. So yeah, Dodgers win back-to-back, and that's all she wrote. Dodgers are champions again, or still champions. It was a great World Series. I wasn't home for the first 4 games, but I watched. They won. They lost Game 5. I didn't watch that, but I watched Game 6 and 7. Game 7 was fantastic. A lot of drama. Benches cleared in Game 7 it cleared? I forget. There was bench clearing, not brawl, but bench cleared in Game 6, I think. So, yeah. Or Game 7. It was one of those two, but Yeah, game 6 and 7 were phenomenal. I think it was 7, but yeah, it was a great World Series. I think it was probably the best World Series in since I want to say, yeah, I think it was a top 10 World Series, maybe even top 5. I have to go back and remember, but I think this is better than 2022 with the Phillies. I mean, that was pretty good. Um, that 2023 when the who won 2023? Oh, Texas. That was a good World Series. No, that was not a good World Series. It was better than that. It was better than last year too. Yeah, this year's World Series is definitely better than last year because the Yankees didn't give a fight. They lost in 5 games. So it's probably the best World Series since 2022. Probably better than 2022. Probably the best World Series since 2022, and even before that, maybe 2017 when they Dodgers and Astros, maybe 2016, Cubs and Guardian or Indians at the time. So yeah, great World Series seasons in the book. Um, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over the free agency and who won the awards. Well, let's see. Let me share this. Mm. Yeah, let's go over this. All MLB team. First team is Kyle Robley, Guerrero Jr., Marte, Bobby Witt, Jose Ramirez, Judge, Soto, Julio, Otani, Skeens, Scooble, Crockett, Yama, uh, Freed, Chapman, and Duran. The only failure on the first team was Duran. Second team, Will Smith, Nick um, Kearns, yeah, Tang, Bouchette, Kamana, Bellinger, um, Corbin Carroll, PCA, Kyle Schwarber, Christopher Sanchez, Freddie Peralta, Brian Wu, Zach Wheeler, Hunter Brown, Edwin Diaz, and uh, Seattle closer. So MVP awards, same as last year. Aaron Judge and Otani. They both deserved it. I think slightly. I thought Kyle would deserve it over Judge, but the numbers were slightly favored Judge in other categories besides home runs and RBIs. Otani, you could argue Kyle Schwarber. I would say Kyle Schwarber, but I'm just being probably be a homer. But they both deserve it. They won back to back. Both won back to back. You know, both won back to back MVPs. This is the third one for Aaron Judge. I think this is the third one for Otani. He won one in. He won one in the Angels. Let me see. Otani won four. He won in 2023 with the Angels, 2024 and 2025 with the Dodgers. He's won three straight, two one in the American League and then the last two in the National League. So he's won three MVPs in a row and then one in 2022, I think, or 2021. So he's won 2 in each. Aaron Judge won 3. So Otani's going to look for his 4th straight next year. Be impressed. Um, so moving on to the next awards. Oh yeah, the Cy Youngs. Schoolboy won back-to-back, his 2nd in a row. I don't think there's anybody else that came close to that. He's the 12th pitcher to win back-to-back. Unanimous Cy Young in the American League. If it wasn't for Zach Wheeler going down, I think Zach Wheeler would have probably came close to winning, if not winning the award. I thought he was the Cy Young before he got the. It wasn't an injury. It was a condition. It was a medical condition, and not even a condition. It was he had a blood clot. If it wasn't for the blood clot, I guess it was sort of an injury, a health issue. If it wasn't for the health issue with the blood clot in his shoulder, I think Zach Wheeler would have gave Paul Skeens a run for his money and maybe even won it. I think he would have won the Cy Young. He was on his way to getting that award. Skeens, who led the MLB with 100 ERA of 1.97, becomes just the 3rd pitcher to win Rookie of the Year and Cy Young honors within the first 2 seasons. So he won Rookie of the Year last year and Cy Young this year. So yeah, the MVP and Cy Youngs were probably pretty much known. The Rookie of the Year in the American League was current Cats unanimous selection. In the National League, it was the 10th Rays player. It was the catcher in the Braves. I don't even know who this is. Baldwin won the award for the National League. I don't think it was unanimous, but Manager of the Year. It was who won Manager of the Year? Oh, Stephen Vogt won National for the Guardians. Yeah, he deserves it. They overcame a 12-game lead to win the division, and then in the National League, it was Brewers manager Pat Murphy becomes the 2nd NL skipper to win manager of the year in consecutive seasons. Won it last year too. Wow. Okay. So yeah, and then the Hank Aaron Awards goes to Judge and Otani. Limited Award goes to Grant Betts. Gold Glover winners, American League, Dylan, Ty France, really? Marcus Simonin, Garcia, Witt, Stephen Kern, not Kern, Stephen, and then Red Sox, Abreu, Freed, Darwin. Some of these I can't pronounce, so Stephen Kwan, I didn't forget that. Patrick Bailey, Matt Olson, Nick Homer, Hayes, Wynn, Hack, PCA, Tatis, Webb, and a guy from the Marlins, I don't know. And the team is Cubs, team is the Rangers, is that this platoon glove is Witt Jr. and Tatis Jr. There's more. Oh no. What else? Silver Slugger. Kyle, of course, Nick Kearns, Jazz, Ramirez, Witt again, Judge, Batson, Broxton, Green, Springer, Zach, and then the team is the Yankees. National League is Hunter Goodman, Pete Alonso, Marte, Machado, Primero, Soto, Quintero, Carl Tucker, Otani, Alex Wilson, and the team is Dodgers. Outstanding DH is Otani. I could argue Kyle Schwarber should have got it. Come on. You get more home runs. Comeback Player of the Year. You got RAJ and Robert. And then you got Jacob DeGrom. Relievers of the Year. Chapman for the American League. And what's the national? And that looks like Diaz. And Executive of the Year. Milwaukee's Executive of the Year. ALCS MVP, Guerrero, Otani won the NLCS World Series MVP. There you go. All-Star MVP with Kyle Schwarber. Monthly, weekly awards. Aaron Judge earned 3 out of possible 6. Pitcher. So, let's see. Pete Alonso. Here's all the monthly. So yeah, there you go. And now the free agency. Here are the top free agents. Here's the top 30 free agents to watch. I will do an episode giving my predictions where these top free agents will go. Potential fits. Kyle Tucker is the top free agent. Obviously, possible potential fits: Cubs, Dodgers, Giants. Okay, I would add the Red Sox and Phillies to that, but okay. Bregman, it's the second one. Phillies, Red Sox, Tigers. Schwarber, Phillies, Rangers, Reds. Okay. Mouchette, Blue Jays, Braves, Tigers. Oh, I add the Yankees to that. Bellinger, Belly, Mets, Tigers, Yankees. Alonso, Giants, Mets, Red Sox. Okay, I would add the Phillies to that. Dylan Cease, Angels, Mets, Orioles. Okay. Who's next? Oh, Angels, Mets, Orioles. The guy from Japan who's coming up. Dodgers, Mariners, Yankees. Of course, the Dodgers are in there. Michael Kang, Jays, Padres, Yankees, Ranger, Blue Jays, Giants, Phillies. That's the top 10 right there. Another guy from Japan, Giants, Mets, Red Sox, Diaz, Mets, Orioles, Yankees. Yep, I knew the Yankees would be in there. Former Vazquez, Astros, Blue Jays, Cardinals, Suarez, Angels, Mariners, Pirates. Really? Josh Nader, Mariners, Nationals, Rockies. Nationals. Another Japanese guy, Cubs, Mets, Yankees. Trent Grissom, Mets, Rangers, Royals. Angels, Giants, Rangers. That would be funny if Grissom goes to the Mets and who goes to the Yankees? I don't know. Two Yankees go to the Mets. And Bellinger and Grissom. Rise, Angels, Giants, Rangers. Robert Suarez. Braves, Dodgers, Orioles. Zach Allen. Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets. Okay. Shoto, Manglana. Don't have anybody. JT, Phillies, Rangers, Twins. Devin Williams, Jays, Braves, Tigers. Ray Polanco, Angels, Rockies, Twins. Kelly, Martin Kelly, D-backs, back to the D-backs, Padres and Pirates. Torres, Cardinals, Guardians, Twins. And here's the rest. That's top 30. Now I'll give five bold moves I think is gonna happen. Let's see. I think Bregman goes to no trades. Let's see who gets traded. I think Google gets traded to the Mets. Unfortunately, I hope not. But that's the one bold prediction. Another second bold prediction is Kyle Tucker signs with the Yankees. I don't know if that's a bold prediction, but see, yeah, because Cubs, Dodgers, Giants are 3. So my bold prediction is Kyle Tucker goes to the Yankees. Pete Alonso goes to the Yankees. So they're gonna stack up on that lineup. So you have Kyle Tucker and Pete Alonso going to the Yankees. Bellinger goes to. I think Bellinger goes back to the Dodgers. I think Bellinger goes back to the Dodgers. That's another bold prediction. That's 4. So I have 1 trade and 3. So I have Skubal goes to the Mets. Alonso and Tucker go to the Yankees. That's 3. And then I have Bellinger going back to the Dodgers. And Schwarber goes to the Reds. No. Schwarber goes to the Red Sox. Schwarber goes back to the Red Sox. I think he does go to the Red Sox. I think he's their DH. Or maybe he goes to the Cubs. No. Scrap that. Kyle Schwarber goes back to the Cubs. He goes to the Cubs. He's their DH. He replaces Kyle Tucker not in right field, but he replaces him. He'll be the DH for the Cubs. He replaces left-handed bat in that lineup. He'll replace Kyle Tucker as that left-handed bat and that second hole hitter. So Kyle Schwarber goes to the Cubs, and Kyle Tucker goes to the Yankees, and Pete Alonso goes to the Yankees. Pete Alonso goes to the Yankees, fills that void at first base. Ben Rice is the DH. Essen Stanton gets traded, so it frees up that DH spot for Ben Rice. Kyle Tucker goes to right field. Judge is in center. Or wait. Or Judge is in right. Kyle Tucker is in left, and then center field is whoever they have. So yeah. Right? As I said, Ben Rice will be their DH. Pete Alonso will be their first baseman. Kyle Tucker will be wherever they put him in left or right. And if they put Aaron Judge in center and they put Dominguez in left and Kyle Tucker in right, or whatever. Kyle Tucker and Alonso will go to the Yankees. Schwarber will go back to the Cubs. And Bellinger will go back to the Dodgers. And Skubal gets traded to the Mets. Those are my 5 bold moves of the season. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so those are my 5 bold predictions right there. Right there. But for MoneyE, I'm out. I have to get ready for the wrestling show. We're reviewing Clash of the Champions 4 season's beatings, so that should be a good one. Join us in the Wrestling 30 Years YouTube page, YouTube channel. In about 6:30, about 5 minutes. So I have to head to that. So see you later, guys. Doo-doo-doo.